All right, so I don't know what you made of that game. Some would say it was scrappy. Some would say it was chaotic. A lot of concerns. The midfield is terrible, as people would say. Ugarte, whatever. You have your thoughts, you have your opinion concerning the game, but we are here to talk about it in detail, in depth, do an analysis of it. Would you call it a reality check? Would you call it, how are you going to describe the game? You would have to leave it in the comment section for us. This is United and Everything Football. My name is Kwame Bafu. I'm here with Kwame in Chibwesi. Today we are joined by a very good friend of ours. His name is David Osei Berima, CV, as we usually call him. It's great to have him on the podcast today. Kwame and CV have a very long history, and I'm sure Kwame himself will do the honest of telling us the history behind himself and this gentleman who has joined us on the podcast for the very first time. But let me introduce CV to you guys. And before I go to introduce him, we are starting something new called a David's Corner. David's Corner will be on our X handle at UEF_podcasts. If you've not followed us, please go and do that. CV does some very good write-ups or puts out some very good things concerning Man United that will be posting for you guys to read.
Go to article, article on the handle.
And when you go to article, so the article section of of our X handle, you would enjoy some of the very good takes. I read one of the takes and it was so good. I mean, you would enjoy the quality of the writing. This is Athletic on UEF. So remember to follow us and all of that. Remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. It's very, very important that you do that here on United and Everything Football. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, I'll get to Kwame so that he properly introduces CV to us. Then I'll get to CV and pick his thoughts on joining us here on United and Everything Football. We'll be right back after this. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to United and Everything Football. So Kwame is here. Kwame, great to have you back on the podcast.
Let me just get into my friend's history. I don't have time for pleasantries. I've known David Osei Berima since the beginning of time, actually. A very, very long time in my life, probably since diapers. We basically went to the same nursery, the same primary school, secondary school, university, like everything, up until this very point. We've had quite a bit. Interesting history.
I know the story you're about to put out, and I think it's only fair I put the right one out because you always.
All right, tell the story yourself. Tell the story yourself.
So I'll share the story. So remember back when everybody was dependent on Kobna Yeboah to see what happened over the weekend, and because back then, it wasn't usual for an average home to have satellite TV.
Yeah.
But Kwame was privileged to have satellite TV at home, and a game had gone on. That's Brazil versus France. It was, I think, over the weekend, and Roberto Carlos has scored the 60-yarder. It was 1998. Yeah, it was 1998. So you could tell we were in primary school, and I think Carlos had scored that amazing banana kick from 60 yards.
Yeah.
And Kwame was the only person in class that had seen that goal. To be frank, we even hadn't heard it on radio. It was news to us. Like, it was brand new. We had to wait for Kobna Yeboah to actually know what's happening. Then Kwame came to class. Kwame and I, we've shared passions from, like he said, from since diapers. So we've been football enthusiasts, and we've always liked football. So when he came, it was like, you guys, Carlos scored a banana kick. That was his words. Banana kick from like 60 yards. I was one of the loudest people in my class. I've always been like the loudest person in my class. Yeah. And as soon as he said, I'm like, listen, what's this guy saying? How is somebody scoring the ball? And the way he was like banana kick, with the curve on it. Then immediately I didn't let me land. I'm like, you are a liar. It is not true. And being loud as I am, I got up in class like, listen, boys and girls, even the girls that didn't care about sport, I'm like, listen, we have a liar here. He said somebody scored from 70, 60 yards, a banana kick, and Kwame was quiet, he was a gentleman, so he sat there quietly and he started crying because the whole class was calling him a liar. Then we went home Monday, Kwame comes, and that's the goal. So on Tuesday, I had to come and say sorry, but it was too late. I'd already class shamed him, and
I've
we
never
kept the
forgiven him
story
since.
on.
I've never forgiven him since.
Yeah. It was a sad one, but yeah. And I always say that it was unfortunate that he was a privileged kid. So if he had to wait for community like us, it wouldn't have happened.
See, one thing
Yes,
I
so
always
that's the
tell
story.
people is that don't cross Kwame. If you cross him, he may never forgive you.
Yes.
No
That's fine.
casket.
Yes, fine.
Anyway, guys, it's great to have you on the podcast. Let's zoom straight into actions. We played against Everton. I don't know how you would describe that game. Kwame, I'll start with you. Um, did you still see what you wanted to see?
We got a reality check, my brother. We got a reality check. All is not well. And I'm glad, in hindsight, I'm glad it's happened on tour.
Yeah.
So that we know that there is still a lot to work on. Because today, a lot of the things that we saw last season reared its head again.
Yeah.
We saw some bright stuff because the whole world was looking forward to seeing our new front line do stuff. The positive is we've got our power back.
Yeah.
Our power, our speed back. But in terms of holding on to the ball, controlling a football game, it was completely absent. It was just mad chaotic. Typical bottom half Premier League dogfight of a game. And we got ourselves all stuck up in it. And it was nasty for most parts. It wasn't a good watch. What you take out of the game is that we showed some grits. We showed some.
It's like they threw their
fighting back
plan at us, and we had to hold on to it and just get into the gutter with them to fight.
It just became nasty, like a nasty dogfight of a game. But this is not what you want to see as play. Honestly, when a team brings this, what you want to see is Manchester United showing its quality.
Yeah.
Right. Show the physical side, all right, but you have to show more quality on the football. We showed absolutely zero quality on the football. So I'm sure we'll get into the details, but then let's let David have his take on the game.
David, your thoughts. I mean, you watched that game. You can tie it into the previous 2 or 3 games that you've watched in preseason and what you make of this particular one.
Yeah. I think I've seen us play against Leeds. I've seen us play against West Ham, against Bournemouth, and this is the most reminiscent game of the past. For me, that has been writing for about 3 weeks now. It's actually changing the context of my script, and it's toying with my head already. But like Kwame said, it's a good reality check for us. I didn't like the feel that everybody was going into the season feeling United, we are back. We are not back. We are a team that finished 15th just under a year ago. Under 3 months ago, we finished 15th. That's the reality of our club. And we have new signings, we have new players coming in. It has to work out. We would have to actually take our time to get the team together. If we actually performed like we had performed 2 or 3 games, we probably think it's a done deal. We're going to beat Arsenal. But listen, we are nowhere near the top 8 sides. And this is what we saw. Everton actually bullied us into a game. They made us play like they wanted us to play. They were quite motivated. They have been on tour in the PL series. They have not won a game. Actually, it was going to be very embarrassing. So we were playing a very motivated Everton side. But nonetheless, it shows that United, we still need that quality to outperform these teams. If United is playing Everton, you would think United are the better team and we have to dominate. It wasn't that performance. The game was very scruffy. All the goals that Everton scored were probably preventable. And you could tell, I probably would say from our starting 11, Amorim was trying to try something out. The positives, I like the flexibility of the front 3. I could see them interchanging all along the game. Bruno going left, Cunha, Buemo, they could move. But then when they moved, you could tell that the discipline wasn't there on the defense. So they would have to actually learn a bit. We'll get into that when we get to the technical side of it. But yeah, like Kwame said, I think that it's a good reality check and it's happening in a good time. And if there's anything I would highlight, it will be our defensive midfield role.
Mm.
We are on about our strikers. What I would want us to solve ASAP is defensive midfield. It's in tatters. It's in tatters.
It
Like,
looks as if it
we
is
can't
very
go.
down the pecking order in terms of
Yes, it's everybody's moved on. Everybody's moved on thinking we want Sesko, we want this, we want that. Listen, I'm telling you, we probably would get Sesko, score 5 and we'll concede 6. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, that's what I think.
Well, anyway, as for the Sesko thing, we've already discussed it, so we are waiting for coming out of it. But Kwame, let's get into much more details into the game. What are your major talking points? I mean, let me hear from you, your major talking points from what you observed from this 2-2 draw against Everton.
When we saw the lineup, most people were excited, like I was excited, because we saw the lineup that a lot of people wish we would actually play with. Rasmus Højlund did not start a football game. It could be due to the fact that his future is in doubt.
Yeah.
Earlier on, we heard about the Amorim's interview where he said he would ideally want to work with players that he knows are going to be here. So I don't know whether that factored into him not starting a football game, because all throughout preseason, he started with the centre forward. But maybe he also wanted to try this whole fluid front three and see how it works, interchanging and all that, as most fans were wishing for. The midfield was Menu and Ugarte. Many people, like myself, believe that that should be our starting midfield if you're going to play such a fluid front three. We'll get into what happened to that midfield soon. In defense, I think he started with what he thinks is his best back three in Luke Shaw, in Matthias and Lenny Yoro at right centre back. And the fullbacks, I want to believe he gave Dogu a rest today. It sort of affirms my belief that he's come to the conclusion that our kid is not ready. Hugo Leon is not ready. He will probably need about 6 months in under 21s, get used to British football before he starts playing properly. That meant that Diogo Dalot, as I said in the previous episode, is going to play games at left wing back when Patrick Dogo doesn't play. And at right wing back, Ahmad started there. We started the game in a way that I did not expect, in the sense that Everton took the game to us. But like CV said, it was a motivated Everton side. Before the game, I heard David Moyes had gone into his striker. What's the name of it? Beto. Saying that Beto should be way better than what he's trying to do for his football team. He should hold the ball up better. The same criticisms we lay towards our own striker, Rasmus Højlund. This time around, their coach publicly came out to say Beto is not doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
He's not getting his sign-in, so I get it. He's sort of trying to put a statement out there, but it was a message to the entire team that the preseason had not been good up until that point. So it's either you do something now, or most of you are not basically going to play. But whereas we were coming in with a feel-good factor, already having this trophy in the bag, we've won all our 2 games. Everybody was thinking we're just going to roll over everything. Everything took the game to us, and we're all over the place a bit. But like CV also said, when the ball did go into forward areas, you could see our pace, power, and precision at times, interchanging, all those kind of things. It's back. Everything else today was poor. And I'll talk extensively about the midfield, because, you see, we need a striker. It's a fact that we need a striker. What us fans we do is we are always picking sides. Nobody is wrong in saying we need a striker. Nobody is wrong in saying we need a midfielder. We need both. But the problem is, can we actually get both? You get what I'm saying? But if we want to fix our problems, we need both. I don't think Cunha thrived very well playing down the middle. I even think when they did interchange and Mbumo came down the middle, it was far more effective than Cunha. You want to see Cunha running with the football, not playing with his back to goal. So for most parts of the game, he was ineffective. Had a good chance earlier on, but then for the rest of the game, you could barely even notice him. A few pops from range blocked all that, but he wasn't doing much. Mbumo, on the other hand, had a couple of chances to score, He was just he had those shots blocked. Bruno Fernandes is always involved in attack some way somehow. It doesn't really matter where Bruno plays in the front three. You will still influence the football game some way somehow. But we need a striker. In midfield, this midfield could not hold on to the football. What was even worse is that they easily got dispossessed. And I even thought Mino would be the one getting easily dispossessed. But on the other hand, it was rather Ugarte who was horrible today. Hall of shame performance by Manuel Ugarte. He's somebody that I expect to step up this season because we bought him for a lot of money. You would say the first season was an acclimatization season and he should kick on. But if he's going to be playing like he played today, we need a defensive midfielder as well. Right after Shani's Shesko, they should find a way of getting a midfielder through the door because if Ugarte is going to play like this, our coach is going to turn to Casemiro and Casemiro's legs are gone. He came on in the second half, we saw that his legs are also completely gone. Massive deficiency in central midfield exposed today by a very, very physical Everton team. And you're going to get a lot of Premier League teams like that. It put a lot of pressure on the defense as well. If you're getting dispossessed easily in midfield, you're not controlling the ball in midfield. It's just a lot of pressure on our centre backs. And it showed. Our centre backs struggled today on so many occasions to do with so many dangerous situations. Manchester United needs more than we've actually acquired. 2 players, bringing in a striker, it's not enough. You need to get that midfielder. Probably need to even get a goalkeeper because I'll be honest with you, I'm not even happy with Banyeda's performance today. Not secure. Punching balls from free kicks back into play. Not very secure on set pieces. It's there. The problem is still there. All the 3 key areas we need to address before the season need to be addressed. It is not a case of either or maybe this or that. It is everything. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully we still have relatively about 4 weeks left. Exactly 4 weeks actually. We can get the striker thing wrapped up, get a midfielder, and then before the window closes, we probably get a keeper through the door, and then we see what we can do for the rest of the season.
TV, what do we do? I mean, we have Fiorentina as the last preseason game to go. I mean, how do you think, or what do you think are some of the things Amorim is going to take out of this game in particular? We just started recording right after the game, so I've not read anything that he said after the game. But let's assume we don't know what he said. What do you think he's going to take out of this game?
Immediately, I think Amorim is thinking, I'm not ready for Arsenal. That's an honest confession. Like I've seen bits on Twitter where Bruno is saying that they were lazy and there's no how they wanted to end the series. So there's some admission there. And if there's anything Amorim will have to do, Kwame has said something you see, it's the spine of the team, from the goalkeeper to the midfield to the attack. It's very unfortunate to be going into a season not having that fixed. And that thought that we were going into the season with some calmness because we have Konya and Mbeumo. Listen, those 2 players, in my opinion, don't make us better. They bring us to a place of sanity because we were lost. That's in my opinion. They just bring us back to a place of sanity. We need that extra power to be able to be competitive. Where in games, United probably are saying that we are on top, we can beat you, and you have to change the game. We are not there yet. So if there's anything for Amorim to do, is to find that lineup that actually beats Fiorentina convincingly at home, that is confident enough to take on Arsenal. Because how we start against Arsenal will set the tone for the season. It's going to set the tone for the season. Arsenal, they are already a well-drilled side. We know what they are coming with. And it's actually too early to talk about Arsenal. But we know what the season is going to be like. So if we are starting at home and we start on the wrong foot, it's going to define the season. Onana said it right. Onana says if we get a result against Arsenal, then there's something in there. It's the same. If we don't get a result, meaning if anything goes against us, maybe we get whitewashed at home against Arsenal, the tone is set. So if I'm Amorim right now, I'm thinking, what do I do now? I have 4 weeks, like Mami said. Do I have to push the ball to get me a striker? Do I have to push the ball to get me a midfielder? What if I don't get a striker? I'm thinking, what if I start the season without a striker of choice. Can I play with this front three? So he tried it out. You get me? And he's seen the result he's got. So he has one more game. Maybe they might organize another closed door game to see how they will play against Arsenal. But currently, as the team sits, I think we are back to sanity. We are not there yet. We need about 2-3 more signings to get to another level.
We need about 2-3 more signings to get to another level, and that's what CV is saying. We quickly switch attention from the game, still on Amorim, because he sat down with United media first and sat down with the general media to discuss a wide range of issues where he was very, very frank and brutal. Among some of the things he said was how long he wants to stay at the club, and a few other things about his principles, his way of play, and how he
The
changed
rules and all that.
rules and the code of conduct that they've set, and having a leadership group. So it was a wide range of issues that he put out there. I mean, he got me on a lot of the things that he said. But Kwame, I mean, what really caught you? I mean, on the things that he discussed concerning the things he wants to do at the club.
I am not somebody who, especially when it comes to this manager, I'm sure a lot of people know this. I'm not somebody who jumps on everything that he says or everything that is said in the Amorim era, because I've seen this several times. He's not the first manager to come and sit here and talk about discipline and talk about rules and talk about all these kind of things. They all do it. Fans do get gassed up by a lot of stuff, and that's fine. That's okay. But what I would say is, for everything to be reinforced, it comes back to results. If results don't back everything that you are doing, when the challenges, thank you very much, Kasa Ebeye Frama easily, because when the challenges starts rearing its head, that's when your setup, your rules, everything is tested to the full, right? But under Amorim with Ineos, my hope, which is a deviation from things that have happened in the past, is that he has people in the background who are now going to support him to enforce his ideas. When Ineos came in, the whole football structure, everything that was set up was that the people are going to be in charge of other things, and then the coach will just be allowed mainly to do the coaching. So much so that if there are other issues, other people are going to deal with it. So that's the part that he said that really got to me, in the sense that now he admits that he doesn't have to deal with things by himself as he was dealing with stuff by himself last season. He has a leadership group in the dressing room. He has Omar Berada, he has Jason Wilcox, all these people to deal with stuff, and he doesn't have to deal with the stuff all by himself. Another thing that caught my eye was his admission that all the goodwill that he had has been exhausted. And indeed, if he is not to perform, he's not going to get that 20 years. Every other manager by season 2, when the problem starts, the problem that we all know, when they start, they're gone. So if he doesn't win football games and the problems come, I guess we all know the eventual outcome.
Yeah.
For his sake, for my sake, for everybody's sake, we are tired. We are tired of the cycle. It's like we're caught in a cycle where the same thing keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah.
So for his sake, I hope whatever that he's doing in terms of coaching, whatever that we are doing in terms of recruitment, everything comes together for him so that he has a good season, right? So that he can continue, because continuity is the most important thing for us right now.
Yeah.
If we get that level of consistency and continuity in building, right, hopefully we can get back to whatever that we used to be as soon as possible. So the talk is fine. I sum everything up in the talk is fine. Everything you said is great. It's fantastic. But you have to absolutely back everything with results, because if you don't back it with results, the test of time has proved to us how every story ends.
And given how heightened things have been with social media and how fans trade banter and everything, it has really put an extra pressure on your teams getting results, because the things that is said on social media gets its way into the stadium, and they all read it. And it gets into the papers and all of that. You go in there, and even in press conferences, they are referencing one tweet or the other that is being said. So if result is not coming, things would become very difficult. David, we have about 5 more minutes to wrap up, and I'll give it to you. So what have you made of? I'm sure you've read excerpts of the quote. I'm sure you are even putting a piece together around it. I won't be surprised that.
Yeah. That's I was going to say that for people that would want to read, I've shared sentiment on what this season feels like. The actual articles about how what the difference in the past as against past preseasons as against this preseason. I won't go Kwame's way. I just want to be a bit more supportive to Amorim and Ines. So I would say that if there's anything to credit them for, they are not doing things the way we are used to see United doing things. They are doing things a bit more differently this time. They are doing it the football way. They are not doing it the commercial way. But like Kwame rightly said, everything boils down to results. And watching the game today, in my head, I'm like, if we're playing this game at home, the nerves in the stadium alone probably could have made us concede a third goal. I've been at Old Trafford before in Mourinho's time. I sat in the stadium and I said to myself, that's why we lose games. It was at Old Trafford, and I could feel so nervous. I felt like it was getting to the players.
The tension,
and that's how I felt. The tension was so much. I felt like the players were nervous, and it's gotten worse. So now I'm seeing a United side that are united, that are together. From what's happening, from what the players are saying, from what Luke Shaw is saying, from what I've heard Bruno Fernandes say, Cunha, Mbuemo, I can see the togetherness, how decisive Amorim has been with the players. Those he doesn't want, he's actually laid the marker down. You can't do this, you can't do that. Everything is shaping up well. But if we start the season with this 10 fixtures that we have, and we win 2, draw 2, and lose 6, let me tell you, my write-up, what has happened, those of us who support him, those of us who don't support him, we just gather everything, put it in the bin and be happy. And that's the unfortunate thing about football. You see, it's the unfortunate thing about modern day football. We don't remember. We just don't remember. It's weekend by weekend. We just the brain is only available for you just for a week. You just have a week. You don't even have up to the next week. It happens after the match day. United and everything football come up. Kwame is ranting and everybody's like, it's true. What Kwame is saying is true. Listen, we are against you. So I'm praying for Amorim too. He's somebody I really like, as in when it comes to his communication skill, how he's actually handling the team now. I'm wishing him luck. I'm wishing him well. I hope everything goes well for him. But I'm a fan. I am a fan. I want United to win. And if it means the coach should go for United to start winning, that was what's going to happen. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. For me, I would share a few thoughts on what I thought of the interview. I see a man who is fighting for his ideas, as a certain coach puts it. He says that I will fight for my ideas, and it's the reason why I told Kwame that I am supporting him till they sack him. It's as simple as that.
Perhaps he will never be sacked. Who knows?
He's in this with Ines. That's the thing. For the first time, it's more like they are married.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
help you. Yes,
that's what you need. You need that unison. Like there's the alignment from the board to the coach to the players and everybody, right? And that is what you need to build a team. I mean, if you look at Eric Ten Hag's first season, and what really worked for him, aside everything, was the bond between himself and the players, and that togetherness that came after that 4-0 loss to Brentford, coming into the next game to win that game against Liverpool with that energy. You get it? I mean, basically, you can't take these elements away from football, and that's what I think Amorim is trying to do. He's trying. He says you can't take the emotions out of the club. You need to invest emotions into them so that people get to understand exactly what they are playing for, the club they are playing for, the stage they are on, and why they have to perform week in, week out. Like, I've not read, but I hear you are saying that Bruno Fernandes is saying they were lazy. That is what we are trying to talk about, upholding the standards such that it doesn't fluctuate in games. You are in one game, you are up there, in another game, there is a drop. For you to play for Manchester United, you need to be ready every single minute, every single day, in order for you to be able to get there. So if the coach is able to get that right and fix his tactics, I mean, there is absolutely nothing that would show that you won't be successful to get your 20 years, because that is exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson did. Kept the team at very high standards for a very long time. Even when we dropped, we didn't drop so deep. I don't remember the number of times Alex.
Can I just add a bit to what you're saying?
2 minutes to go. 2
luck.
minutes to go.
He needs a bit of luck as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even the great Sir Alex Ferguson needed luck at a point to keep his job.
Yes.
So I think he spoke about the fact that he's been lucky up until this point in his career. May that luck not abandon him. I hope luck continues to shine upon him as he goes on, because he needs it. Things must fall your way. You know, some results must go your way, and all of a sudden, you just kick on from there. I hope he just has that along.
And in other school of thought, you actually earn your own luck. So I'm hoping that the team will come around together and they earn the luck together, because Amorim is trying to do everything. The playing body itself has to say, listen, that's the sentiment, and I've shared those sentiments on David's take tomorrow. For those who are going to read, I've put a very good piece together for you guys. So let's see, and
all right,
let's see what happens. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, David, for joining us. So please remember, David's take will be on this week, so you get to enjoy the piece of what he.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a solid one. It's fantastic. You need to read it.
You will enjoy it. Kwame, thank you so much for being a part of the podcast.
Always welcome.
We are so much grateful to you, and to you for watching, for subscribing, for liking, and doing everything. You say we should open an account for you to support. We've opened it, but still zero. Anyway, we are okay.
Typical black man Ghanaian behavior. Talk. No,
let me. I want to say something before I go. I wanted to say before we started. I want to say, like, you guys, I'm so proud of you guys. We started this 3 years ago. It went off, and you guys came back, and what you have done. I'm hoping Amorim gets your luck. With building stuff. Because what you guys have actually done, I'm so proud. And every time I see your numbers grow, every time I see you guys, like, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. And really I hope we get better than this.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking. My name is Kwame. I'm here with David and Kwame as well. We'll see you on the next one in the course of the week with other guests to discuss more things. Have a great time. Bye-bye.